Today we're going to learn how to make this bow here. This one is the Yaneth-1010 with the cheer die tail, which is die number 1158, and we're doing the small one today, the 3-inch one. So let me flip you over and we could get started. We're doing a princess castle. So I have this velvet faux leather, this silver one, and this one which has little Minnie Mouse heads. So let's cut out what we need. I'm going to use number 1010. I'm using this one and this one, the two smallest ones. Next, I'm using the cheer tail die, which is die number 1158 3-4, and I'm using the 3-inch one, this one here. So I'm going to cut that one out. The easiest way to cut this one is to make a strip. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to go all the way up. And when we run it through a machine, we're going to fold it in half. We want glitter side down and glitter side up. So we're going to go like this and place it onto our die. So when you have material like this and it looks fuzzy, always make sure you get your lighter and you heat seal it. And it kind of gives you crisp lines. So I'm gonna do that all over this thing right here. So now that we have all our pieces cut out, let's start assembling our bow. So we're gonna do the small one first. And the same thing I do this one, you're gonna do that one. We're gonna add a strip of hot glue here. We're gonna grab these two and bring them over, and they're gonna overlap just a little bit. And you press down. So we're looking like this. And since it's like a velvet material, you don't have to use BSI glue because it's a fuzzy material. If it was regular faux leather, then I would suggest using this glue here, Bob Smith Industry Glue. I get this off of Amazon. I have it on my Amazon storefront, which I have it linked in my bio. So if you go to my bio, I have a link tree. If you click on that, it'll take you to my Amazon storefront. So same thing on the other side. We do the same thing here. We're gonna add glue, like adding glue more towards the bottom here. So it'll cover that spot there as well. Go towards the middle and we press down. So this is our top layer, the pink crushed velvet. Now I'm using this layer here. I'm doing this basically the same thing I did for this one. I'm doing this one here. I add hot glue to the middle, grab our little, I call them little crab legs. Little crab legs, bring them towards the center. We're gonna press down. And what we do to one side, we do to the other side. So we do the same thing. Add our hot glue. Bring these two towards the middle. They do overlap just a little bit, and we press down. And since this is glitter, regular hot glue is fine. We don't have to use the BSI glue. So I like using Gorilla Glue sticks. And my glue gun of choice is this one, which is the Sharp Bonder one, which is a high temp glue gun. That is my go-to. Bring it in this way and press down. So now we have our first layer. We have our second layer. So now it's time to do our tails. So see here, we have a left and a right, the little notches. What we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this over and flip these over. And basically all we're gonna do is glue them down. So we're gonna add a strip of hot glue here. And I do like adding a little bit down to the edges here. We're gonna grab our two tails and we're just gonna glue them where we want them to go. And we press down. So I'm doing the smallest tails. So we're looking like this. Look at the little Mickeys. Aren't they cute? Okay, now we're gonna add our top layer. Since this one is like a velvet, there's regular hot glue is fine. It has that texture to it. We don't have to add the BSI glue, okay? And we press down. So now we're looking like this. So now it's time to add our elevation piece for our clay. So here's the clay we're gonna add to it. As you can see here, there's a little gap, and here's where we're gonna add our elevation piece. So let me cut that out. I'm gonna cut two strips, okay? The first one's gonna be a thinner one. This is gonna be my elevation piece. My second one's gonna be a thicker one, and that one's gonna be my center strip. This is the thinner one. Now I'm gonna cut a thicker one to cover up that one. So see, one's thinner, one is thicker. So elevation piece, the first one, we are going to add a little bit of hot glue to the back, and then we're gonna fold over and press down. So I like folding over to like the width of the middle of my bow like that. Now we're gonna keep on folding over. And here it just depends on the height that you want. So I kind of folded a couple times. I'm gonna put it into my middle of my bow and then get my clay piece and to see if I want it that high. I think I want it, let's see, one more. We'll do another time. So I'll add a little bit of hot glue. We fold over. This is the height that I want it. I'm gonna press down, make sure it's nice and secure. I'm gonna cut off what I don't want. And now we're gonna glue this down. So where I cut it off, that's where I'm gonna glue down. Add hot glue here. Here's regular hot glue again, because this one's a velvet and it has texture. There's no need to use the BSI glue, okay? And I want to hold down for a couple seconds. Make sure that's nice and stuck on there. So it looks like this. So yes, it looks funny, but we're going to cover this up with our thicker piece so no one's going to see that, okay? So we're going to go back here. We're going to add our hot glue, grab our center strip, stick that on there. And here we're going to add hot glue here, hot glue on top, and the hot glue on the edge. Bring our center strip all the way around, all the way this way, between the tails, and press down to make sure it's nice and stuck. And go towards the back, and we're going to cut off what we don't need. Don't need that. Okay. So here's how we're looking at. All the way around to the back. So now we're going to add our clay piece. So to add our clay piece, I use these two, Stick Fast Thick and the Starbond Accelerator. I get both of these off of Amazon. They're linked on my Amazon storefront in my bio. First, Stick Fast. We're going to add just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. And then we're going to rub it, okay? To make sure, all right now we do is just spreading it around. The more you add, the longer it takes for it to cure. So you don't need that much. Like that. Now I have a nice glossy layer. We're going to grab our clay piece. We're going to flip it over and we're going to spray it with the accelerator. One spray, two sprays at 6 inches apart, okay? So one spray, two sprays. Sprayed it twice. Now I'm going to add it to the middle of my bow. So I kind of want it here. Make sure your hand is dry and we're going to add pressure for like 10 to 20 seconds. So basically what this does is the glue will cure in 10 to 20 seconds. It dries super glue instantly, dries clear, builds faster, no wait time. So you can use this by itself, but honestly, it's not as fast. Definitely recommend to use the accelerator if you don't want to wait. If you don't mind waiting, then this will work by itself, but you do have to add something, like add a little pressure to it for it to make sure it's nice and stuck. So you just can't set it on there. You need to add like something on top of it to add some pressure. But it's been 10 to 20 seconds now. I'm gonna grab it from here and I can shake it. And it's nice and secure. It is not going anywhere. So highly recommend you guys to use this combo. It's amazing. Okay, so look at it, how cute. So we have the pink velvet. We have this one that has a little bit of all the colors. And here we have the hidden Mickeys. So now it's time to add our alligator clip. So this one is the smaller one. So we're gonna use 60 mm. So 60 mm is the alligator clip I'm gonna use. They're good for 4-inch bows. I do line my clips with 1/4 inch grosgrain grain ribbon. I cut this one to 4.5 inches, okay? So we're gonna flip it over. And since we have the glitter background, regular hot glue is fine. So we're gonna add hot glue here to our alligator clip. And I get my alligator clips from Treto.com as well. Add hot glue, stick this on the back. And then we're gonna press down. Make sure it's nice and stuck. So we're gonna hold down for a couple seconds. Then I like double checking to make sure that our tab here doesn't cover up the teeth, and it does not. It's perfect. So we're gonna add hot glue to this tab, move this towards the back, open up our clip, put this on the inside and press down. We're gonna grab our ribbon and put it on the inside. So add some hot glue to the middle of our alligator clip. Grab our 1/4 inch ribbon, bring that on the inside. Then I like using an X-Acto, which I got off Amazon. And we're gonna rub the inside to make sure that our ribbon's nice and stuck on top of the glue. Like that. And here is our bow. I'm going to grab my lighter and go around it to make sure I don't have any glue strings anywhere. Make sure she's okay. Let me lower you guys a little bit. I'm gonna grab my bow card and add it to my bow card. So here is my bow card. Grab my ruler right here. Make a little cut. and our bow is done. So we use Yaneth, which is 1010, and we use the cheer dye tail, the new one, which is dye number 1158, and the 3-inch. It comes with 3-inch and 4-inch, and I did the 3-inch today. And this is the final look. She is stunning. If you like this type of tutorials, please make sure you give me a follow.